It was the toast of the Golden Horse Awards in Taiwan. Local film A Land Imagined was honored for Best Original Screenplay and Best Original Film Score.
Set in industrial Singapore, the film tells the story of a sleepless detective who goes in search of the truth behind the disappearance of 2 migrant workers at a land reclamation site.
It features dreamlike sequences shot in a cyber cafe and migrant workers' dormitory where gaming, song and dance provide temporary distraction and escape.
And the man behind the film, Yeo Siew Hua, is with us in studio. Thanks for coming in and for bringing in your award as well.
Thank you.
Now, you were with us here a year ago talking about this film,
yes.
So it's great to have you back with some accolades as well. How does it feel?
Back. No, it's amazing. It's a great journey because, yes, we've been going to show this film to audiences around the world and then also getting some awards, which is a nice recognition.
Did you expect it? A huge congratulations, but did you expect to win this? Can I hold it?
Yes, please. You should, because the weight of
yeah,
it,
it's actually
right?
quite heavy, huh?
Yeah, it's like very
So
heavy.
did you expect to actually win this Hong Xing Dajiang?
It's very unexpected because maybe you can say that the film is slightly unconventional in its storytelling. So it's not really something that I was thinking that it would be a popular choice, but ultimately we were given the award and very happy about it. Yeah.
Okay, and tell us a bit about sort of what led you to this story, this Land Imagined story.
I think for me, most importantly was, I guess, my concern about the migrant workers living here in Singapore, their living and working conditions. I mean, you know, they built the country, you know, on their backs. And at the same time, I feel like, you know, we need to have a more compassionate eye towards them. And I guess that's why I make a film that really shows their life.
So is that the Singapore that you wanted to portray to audiences? Because they're going to be watching this and they know it's from Singapore.
Yes, but at the same time, it's also to promote more of visibility of their lives. I mean, they're around, you know, they're everywhere. You see them, but at the same time, sometimes you don't really see them because people don't really interact with them, and sometimes, yeah, they're just around, but you don't really talk to them. So I think making a film is to create the visibility and awareness of their situation.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting story to tell, one that we don't perhaps see so often. I suppose that's what drew you to it as well. Now, we know that IMDA has recently announced initiatives to grow the local media scene in collaboration with international sort of production films as well. Is that an encouraging sign? Oh,
definitely, definitely. Yeah, I mean, they have really been doing very well in the last, let's say, 5 to 10 years in coming out with new initiatives. I think recently, the Southeast Asia co-production grant is something that they recently come up with also, and it really allows us to have kind of exchange with our co-production, especially around the region, and that's been very good. I mean, especially things to do with like arts and culture and creatives. It's always a need for us to find this kind of opportunity to exchange, you know, ideas.
Because you worked with Hideo Utara's cinematography. It's actually quite exquisite. You know, what was it like cooperating with him for the film? What did you also learn from it?
Yeah, I mean, this guy, he is full of experience and is like really a master of his craft. So yes, I definitely learned a lot from him. And to put it another way, he's also, because he's from Japan, I mean, he's lived here for less than 10 years still, but at the same time, I think he brought to the film a certain kind of outsider's perspective. And because this film is a migrant worker's story, right? It's a migrant story. So I think him bringing that kind of outsider's perspective of a different kind of lens of looking at Singapore. And if you see the film, it looks different, you know? It's like Singapore, but there's also something uncanny and something familiar yet unfamiliar about this space, and I think that has been very interesting for a lot of the audience.
Yeah, it seems like collaborations like this that you've experienced and like what IMDA is working towards as well. Singapore seems to be a very good fit for that. It's quite an exciting time then to be a filmmaker or to be involved in the filmmaking process in Singapore?
Yep. I think now, definitely. I mean, we have like films like Wet Season also coming out. So I think this period, especially last, I would say 5 years, a lot of films coming out, but at the same time also reaching out to the international audience, going to film festivals, also winning awards. And I think it's Singapore cinema it's not just 1 or 2 films, you know, it's like almost a small movement of films. that's getting attention from outside of Singapore, and that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and so many more stories to be told beyond sort of the Crazy Rich Asian story, I suppose.
But before we let you go, I hear that you actually...
Let go of
no,
that,
not yet. No, not yet.
You have to give it back, you know.
At some point when the interview's over. We hear that you're going to be developing a follow-up feature called, I'm going to say this right, Stranger Eyes. It's actually another crime noir, but this time involving scam artists and identity thefts. Can you please give us a little bit of a, little nugget of what can we expect from that?
As you put it, it's like a crime noir story. Maybe this one more to do with the Singapore experience. Yeah, not so much because of the migrant worker story now, but more about living in a country. Sometimes I feel like, so much of our lives live on Facebook and all these, and it's like my existence is a bit of an image, to be seen, right? Yeah. So I think this is the idea of like, I'm trying to explore ways of seeing in this film. How are we seeing people, and how am I being seen now in living in this society? Of course, it also has a sort of a crime noir glaze on it. But yeah, I think this is. If you watch the Land Imagine, then also you get a nice sense of also a continuation of what I'm doing with my work.
So will you be working with the same cast?
Yes, same cast. No, same crew, I would say. But the casting, I think I was still, I'm now still writing the film. I don't really want to rush directly into it or too far.
Sorry, I'm looking at Glenn.
I'm still looking at it. I'm trying to, because it's in Mandarin, right?
It's like you're ready to give like an award-winning speech or something.
So 56, World 金马奖, so it's the Golden Horse.
Can we give it back?
Congratulations.
Can we give it back? Okay.
Well,
it is quite heavy. Quickly though, before you go, you've got to tell us where people can watch A Land Imagine, because I imagine it's going to get a lot more attention now that you've got one of these. Golden Horses. Yeah,
so this Sunday, it's still the chance to watch it on the big screen at the projector, Sunday afternoon, 4:40 p.m. So yeah, we're definitely recommending people to come see it on the big screen, and there's exquisite cinematography that you talked about. It's worth, at the projector. This Sunday, 15th December.
All right, in case you didn't catch that, this Sunday, 15th of December, 4 in the afternoon. At the projector. Okay, thank you so much. Filmmaker Yeo Siew Hua.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you on here again soon.